Hi, so welcome to part 2 of our Christmas crafting here at the library. And we are going to be making this little tea light snowman. You can see I've just got 3 circles here that we're going to go on top of the tea light. And if you turn it on, it might be a little bit hard to see, but you can see that the light of the tea light lights up as his nose. So that's what we're going to be making today. I'll turn him off for now. So we're going to need a battery operated tea light, some white either construction paper, copier paper, and brown paper, black construction paper, some red ribbon about 1/4 inch in width. We're going to need some Google eyes, a glue stick, a needle for poking holes. It's just going to make it easier to get our circles on the tea light if you have a needle to poke a hole in the middle of it, okay? A black Sharpie, and anything extra you want. Like if you want some glitter to put on your snowman, I've got some glitter on him, all right? If you prefer using foam, the fun foam sheets for his hat, you can use that too, or you can use construction paper for that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to cut out 3 circles from the white paper. You can see it's size you would make for a snowman, okay? So there's a 3-inch one here, a 2.5 inch, and then for this last one, I just put my tea light on top of the paper and traced around it. So it's the size of the face of the tea light here. They don't have to be exact. If you have something at home that you want to trace around and it's 3.5 inches instead of 3 inches, just adjust the middle one accordingly. So the second one you want to be about a 1/2 inch smaller than the biggest one, so that when you stack them you can see the difference. All right, so we've got those started. So we're going to put the biggest circle on first. All right, so I'm going to take my needle. This is actually an embroidery needle, and I'm going to poke a hole right in the middle of that white paper. And it just makes it easier to go down over this little top of the tea light. And just kind of smush that down around the tea light. And then you're going to take the next size circle and again poke the hole in the middle of it and put that one on top of that. It's actually a little bit off-centered. All right, I'm actually going to stop because I'm really happy with the way this one looked down there, okay, because it really was in the center. So I went ahead and cut out another white circle. We're going to try this again. See if I can get a little bit better job getting it into the middle of the circle, okay? I like the way that looks better, okay? And then lastly, our head. Now I do want his nose. I don't want his nose to be right directly in the middle, so I am going to go up a little bit. That way I'll have room for his mouth underneath. So I am just going to go up a little bit above the center of this circle. But I want to make sure I leave room for his eyes and his hat. So you can see just a little bit above the center. All right. So I've got my 3 circles on, stacked right on there, okay? And next I'm going to add my googly eyes. I'm lucky enough to have the googly eyes that have the glue dot right on the back. If you're not so lucky, then you'll just glue your eyes on. Like that. Now we're going to add a mouth with a black Sharpie. And I'm just going to put five dots. To give them a big smile. Now I've already cut 2 arms out of my brown construction paper. Okay, just simple arms. And those are actually going to go under the bottom 2. So the 2 largest circles, that's where his arms are going to go. So just kind of play around to see where you want them placed. And once you're happy with it, you're going to take your glue stick and just put a little dab of glue. Okay, so now he's got his arms. Now you can see I added a red bow right at the bottom of the head circle. So I'm going to tie. And if you want to make a scarf, you can make a scarf and tie that on there, or you can tie a little jingle bell on there. If you're making more than one, you can make them all different. But for today, I'm just going to make a little bow. So I've got a glue gun here, so I'm going to go ahead and just use my glue gun. But you can use crafty glue too, that will. So now he's got a little bow tie under there. Now we're going to cut a simple top hat for our snowman. And I happen to have some of this foam felt that had the sticky back on it. I don't know if you've seen this or not. This is from Michael's. So I'm going to cut a very simple hat. So I'm going to cut a triangle. I might cut a little bit off the top there so it's not quite so tall. And I want his hat to be a little bit festive, so I've got some red that I'm going to add right along there too. And again, this is the sticky kind of foam. But you can make this with construction paper too. Or you could glue some ribbon along there. Or a little sprig of holly if you have that. Anything you want to make this hat more festive. So there's his hat. And now I'm going to attach that to my snowman right at the top of the circle here. Okay. If you want to add some belly buttons or some little buttons, you can add those with your Sharpie too, or little mini pom-poms. Okay. Now we're going to turn our snowman over, okay? And I'm going to glue on ribbon so that I can hang them on my tree. And you want to make sure that you glue them on either side back here. The good thing is if you're a little bit, you'll notice this turns. So if you don't get it exactly right, you can always turn your snowman. So I'm just putting a dab of glue there, my hot glue gun. But again, you could do this with crafty paint or crafty glue. It's just that it'll take a little bit longer. I don't think I need it quite that long. So you can see what he looks like so far. I'm going to add some sprinkles to it just to make it look a little bit more decorative. So I'm just going to take my glue stick and I'm just going to dab just a few places. Do this over a paper plate or a piece of paper. Just for a little bit of sparkle on there. Okay? So there's our little guy. All ready to hang on your Christmas tree. And you can see there he is all lit up. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have fun and that you have a chance to make a tea light snowman. Merry Christmas.